guys, back where we came from. We're following Keith. Following Keith.
The floods in Louisiana are historically detrimental. According to Governor John Bel Edwards, at least 40,000 homes were damaged and 10 people were killed. Governor John Bel Edwards spoke about this widespread disaster at a news conference with FEMA Administrator Craig Fugate. Fugate said, well, over 20,000 people have been rescued since the flooding began Friday. Later, his office increased that number to more than 30,000. The floods began on Friday when a torrent of about 2 feet of rain submerged the southern part of the state over a 48-hour period. Now, days later, many homes and businesses are still underwater.
Donald Trump's tour of flood-damaged Louisiana included a stop at a Baptist church with evangelical leader Tony Perkins. And the GOP nominee was caught on a hot mic knocking President Obama for playing golf during the disaster.
The president said he doesn't want to go. He's trying to get out of a golf game.
Well, I heard he was trying to stay under par while we're underwater.
He'll never be under par.
Mark Thiessen, former chief speechwriter for President George W. Bush and Fox News contributor, and Richard Fowler is a nationally syndicated radio talk show host. Mark, I'll start with you first. Here Donald Trump is. He's running for president. He's on the ground in Baton Rouge before not only his opponent Hillary Clinton, who's taking some rest, he's on the ground before the president himself. What does that look like?
Well, it's remarkable. If you remember, Donald Trump promised us that he wasn't going to start acting presidential. Well, today, he was more presidential than the President of the United States. While Barack Obama was on his 8th round of golf in 12 days, Donald Trump was on the ground, hugging victims, touring the devastation, and most importantly, using his bully pulpit to shine a spotlight on this tragedy. This is the worst natural disaster since Hurricane Sandy. Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, not only have they not gone, they hadn't even gone to a microphone to say a word to the people of Louisiana. There's been almost no press coverage of this, and Donald Trump single-handedly changed that, and he got bipartisan praise for it. Senator Mary Landrieu, who's a former Democratic senator from Louisiana, Hillary Clinton supporter, thanked Donald Trump and said that Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama should follow suit, and Barack Obama was only going after Donald Trump went. When he didn't.
And it's hard, based on what we're seeing, Richard, not to throw to this sound of then Senator Obama back in 2008 criticizing George Bush for doing a flyover of Hurricane Katrina damage. Listen.
We can talk about what happened for a few days in 2005, and we should. We can talk about levees that couldn't hold, about a FEMA that seemed not just incompetent, but paralyzed and powerless, about a president who only saw the people from the window of an airplane instead of down here on the ground.
He was criticizing him for not getting on the ground when he was trying to avoid a distraction in a similar way that Hillary Clinton said she doesn't want to go there yet because she doesn't want to be a distraction. Does a different standard apply here, Richard?
No, there's not a difference in it at all. I think that was candidate Obama, and this is now 8 years after President Obama, and there's a distinction between those two times. Here's what we know, and Mark's worked in the White House, and he knows that, is any time the president moves, almost an entire city moves behind him. Beyond that, when he moves into a region, to like Baton Rouge, right, where the expressways are all shut down, only for rescue vehicles. When the president gets there, those rescue vehicles can no longer move, right? So the president going is actually hampering the recovery more so than helping the recovery.
I mean, the Baton Rouge newspaper, The Advocate, they're calling for the president to come down there. Okay, he has announced since then that he's going to be down there next Tuesday.
He sent his Homeland Security Secretary and his FEMA director down there as well.
This is what Hillary Clinton says as to why she's not going down there. She actually put out a Facebook posting saying just that. She doesn't want to be a distraction. She says, my heart breaks for Louisiana, and right now the relief effort can't afford any distractions. Okay, so based on Richard's point, is that fair?
Of course not. Look, I want to ask Richard, were you saying that in 2005 when George W. Bush was getting hammered for doing the flyover? Were you taking on Barack Obama for saying that you can't see people from the sky? Hold on, wait. I'm not finished. Hold on. That when Barack Obama said that, you know, you can't see the people of Louisiana from a golf course in Martha's Vineyard. At least George W. Bush was on his way home from Crawford from his vacation to manage the recovery.
Ranch. Right.
Barack Obama, yeah. No, they were both on vacation when the disasters happened. The difference difference is...
And Barack Obama has met with his Homeland Security Secretary, and he's met with his FEMA director. Well, the president has been over and over again every day with his Homeland Security Secretary, which has been to the region, as well as his FEMA director. Wait a minute, that has also been to the region. What the news tells us from the Bush case is that the FEMA director was an utter failure during Katrina, which is a complete difference in this FEMA director. Number three, and most importantly, and I think the most important thing that folks need to understand, is even though Donald Trump went there, because his plane was there, what safety plane couldn't land? What plane with resources couldn't land? What police officers were taken off the street helping the survivors?
It's a devastating situation. We know that there are 13 deaths related
not at all, Mark, not at all.
Hold on. We've had our final political thoughts there. It is absolute devastation down there, and these people have a long road to recovery. So we help everybody does their part and chips in. All right, thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
Richard and Mark.